Hello everyone, MLB Hunter Association, your source for all things Hunter x Hunter. My name is Kaige.
And my name is Dylan.
And on this week's episode, we will be talking about Hunter x Hunter 1999 episodes 46 through 48.
We're in Yorknew now, baby. It's time.
Yes, we are. Yes, and we'll also be talking about a new opening.
Yeah, after a quick pit stop at Green Island.
Yes.
Not Green Island, holy shit, imagine. At Whale Island.
Yeah. Just popping into Greed Island for a sec.
Not entirely unrelated, though. What happens in those
Yeah,
episodes?
no, not at all. Then, of course, we'll be going through our community comments. If you would like to join in on the community and have your comment read, be sure to comment on the YouTube version on the weekly community posts. Also, make sure to like and subscribe to help grow our community of Hunter x Hunter fans. Additionally, if you'd like to know when episodes are live, click the bell to enable notifications. If you're an audio listener, make sure to rate, review, and comment on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Also, be sure to follow us on Twitter at TXHXAPod, as well as Bluesky at THAPod for podcast-related updates and to submit responses to the weekly call-out posts. If you'd like, you can also still email us at hunterassociationpod@gmail.com. As always, we provide timestamps in the description if you would like to skip ahead to any of the aforementioned segments. All right, baby, we got a lot of news to talk about this week.
Oh, yeah, no, if you were around for the beginning of the podcast, I don't know if we've had as stacked of a news section since then. We got a lot here.
We are so back, guys. The manga's close. The manga is close.
It's inevitable. It is near.
So, manga stuff first. Background designation up to 420, done. And then Togashi blew our minds. We're back to daily tweets. Dialogue insertion up to chapter 420 is also complete. That is a 10-chapter batch sent to the editors, ready to go.
Yeah,
So,
he was blitzing through these updates throughout the past week, basically. Me and Kaige could not believe it as they were rolling in. Even, today's recording and like one or two other days throughout the week, 2 updates in one day even at times. He's been working hard at it. So we basically have a full batch almost ready to go. It's just a matter of time of when the magazine feels it's ready to present it.
Yeah. We're thinking probably by December, maybe January at the latest, we will be back. That's my guess. Dependent
on some other series wrapping up in the magazine, of course, to make room. But yeah, we're getting really close now. And as of the latest tweet, there was a little bit of blurb in the illustration he had as well, with Losers holding a gun. I thought that was very funny.
Yeah,
look
he looks. Yeah, he's. It honestly makes me wonder. Maybe Losers has some heavy involvement here, because it would make sense.
I'd love to see it.
Where we were heading.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of Losers, so yeah, that'd be hype. But basically, he put in the update as well that the 10 chapters are basically complete now. Specifications are done. It was kind of the wording, rough translation. And he's going to continue to work on manuscripts, meaning he's going to continue working on more chapters as he has the energy to do it, I suppose. So Very exciting.
And he had previously talked that he was done with manuscripts for like up to chapter 450 or something ridiculous like that. So he's, that's the easiest part of the work. So as long as he can keep going, past 450, let's go. Just go for it, man. Write as much as you want, bro.
Absolutely. Now you could also be referencing just like adjusting the manuscripts as well as
True.
You know,
that's possible.
I would assume it's not just like a black and white kind of process, like you just finish with it immediately,
Yeah, probably revisions and such.
But good news nonetheless, and hopefully we see some steady announcements and updates from him going forward as well.
Yes. And also worth noting, so he has been, with these tweets lately, this past week, he's been posting a sketch of each of the princes in order, in ascending order, I suppose.
Yeah, so like Benjamin,
or descending.
then Camilla, then Serenich, so on and so forth. We're as of today, we've gotten up to Losers now, so Hulkenberg's time soon, hopefully.
Yes,
get
sir.
Another sketch of him, but
yeah, can't wait.
We'll see.
Yeah, so is he counting down to something? Don't know, but it feels like it.
Only Togashi
Don't know what. If they were announcing that the manga was coming back, it would have been leaked already by this week's issue of Jump. So at the earliest, maybe we'll get an announcement like next week.
At the absolute earliest, and that's kind of like wishful thinking, So
yeah,
we'll see.
We will see. Okay, beyond manga stuff, which is the most exciting part, we do have a couple other things to talk about. Pito is coming to Nen Impact on October 16th, and they look wild.
Yeah. So. If you know anything about Nen Impact and the developers, you know that the developers previously developed Marvel vs. Capcom, right? We have pretty much Dark Phoenix in the game in the form of Pito. They look really sick, a lot of long range attacks, and they have a mechanic where if you die with full super bars, all 500 of it, you auto revive with enhanced stats. So have fun fighting that, guys, if you're playing Nen Impact.
It's super sick. I love the detail that there's no voice lines after, they're resurrected. So it's just a corpse. Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. I like that detail a lot. I wouldn't have guessed that would be worked into their kit, but I am glad it is. It's just a really cool gimmick.
It's really flavorful, yeah, and they look like a ton of fun too. So I'm really excited to jump back in and just try them out and just see how it feels. I think it'll be a good time. Good reason to return to the game too. Also, if you haven't seen, that Impact's been on sale on Steam as of late as well at a reduced price. So if you're thinking about playing it, now would be a good time to pick it up.
Yeah, we will definitely talk about that character on the next episode with our thoughts on how they play. Oh, also new stage, the courtyard of the Royal Palace.
Very nice. I don't know why that wasn't even a stage to begin with.
It really should have been.
But it's there now. Thankfully, I think it's a perfect stage.
Yes, really cool. The other thing. Oh, did you have more to say about that?
I was gonna say, also related to Nen Impact, we have the first big Nen Impact tournament happened at Evo France. This past weekend, and to say the least, the game might be a little unbalanced, just a little bit. It is the funniest thing, seeing the top 8. Literally every single team aside from one has Uvo in it as like the point character.
It's also like the exact same teams in general, I think, for most of them.
It's either Uvo, Crollo, Moral, or it's Uvo, Leorio, Moral. That's pretty much 90% of the meta apparently. So. Except for the one guy who used Kite and has a suspiciously close name to mine, so,
Yeah, that's... Hey, I mean, I've never seen them both in the same room, so...
Who's to say? I will neither confirm nor deny.
Alright, so this next one, once I looked into it, I was like, what the hell?
This is a weird one.
Because I read the headline, I was just like, whatever, okay, mobile slop, I don't care, moving on. But then I looked at the trailer, and I was like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah.
We're doing this?
And then you see how they're doing the launch, and it's like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah. So, this is wild all around. So, this is a new game, mobile game. Emphasis, mobile game, guys, App Store.
Yeah.
Nen Survivor is the title. It is a roguelike Vampire Survivors clone. You heard me right. That is what it is. I don't know why. But, hey, I love Vampire Survivors, so right on.
Yeah, up your alley.
No release date given, but it is getting a simultaneous global launch, which is damn near unheard of for mobile games.
I couldn't believe it, seeing that.
I've never seen this, actually, just straight up. I've never seen this happen, ever.
And it's for Hunter of all things. It has like 0 games. Crazy.
Yeah, they're going all in on this thing. I can't believe it. You think about the biggest names in anime, like JJK, Phantom Parade, that mobile game, that came out here like a half a year later. Persona 5, Dylan, your mobile game. That was how long? That was like a year later.
That was like 2 years. Something
2
like
years.
That. Yeah. Yeah, we're pretty behind China right now.
This is crazy. This just doesn't happen. Maybe the only other time I can think of is like Pokemon Masters, but like that's gonna happen.
It's Pokemon, yeah.
Yeah. So, wow.
Yeah.
Hunter, huh?
And, we probably should have talked about this on the last episode, too, because apparently this has been a thing for at least, 8 or 9 days. But it's been being showcased at New York Comic Con this past weekend. So that's how I saw it. And I don't know how me and... Yeah. So I don't know how me and Kaige really missed it. Because that article that I linked to, Kaige, was literally, 8 days old. I was like, what the hell? How did this slip past us? But...
Yeah, that makes it even more funny. It's this game that's being globally launched simultaneously, but the Hunter x Hunter podcast guys didn't even hear about the damn thing. What? No. Who is this for? I'm just, that's crazy. They're
vampire survivors lovers that love Hunter x Hunter too. I don't know.
Right here. So I guess it's for me. But I don't know. We'll see. I'll play it. I'll try it out.
I mean, the mobile game. Why not?
Yeah, it's free. Probably a lot of microtransactions, but
I don't know.
Don't have to pay for them.
Yeah. But more news to come on that, I suppose, as it comes our way. We'll keep you guys updated on that, or try to.
Yes. So yeah, no date on that. So we'll see.
2026, I think.
Yes.
Confirmed next year. That's all we know, though.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's the news segment. That was a lot. We got about 10 minutes out of it.
That's actually kind of crazy. Yeah. When was the last time we were over 10 minutes in a news section?
I could not tell you. All right. With that being said, I think we're ready to talk about these episodes. You ready?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and get into it.
All right, everybody. Welcome to our discussion on Hunter x Hunter 1999, episodes 46 through 48. We are starting off here, of course, with episode 46. I'm home. Welcome back. I'm Killua. Okay.
Wow.
Cool.
Awesome.
I'm happy for you. So we are, of course, doing our Whale Island revisit to start off this batch. And we actually, to my surprise, we are not ending the Whale Island revisit. We're stretching this out longer than I expected to.
Yeah. Same here, basically. I was kind of shocked that we didn't get through everything in this episode, but I think it was for a nice thing at the same time. So we'll get to that when we get to it, but that's more towards in the latter half, I believe.
So the main reason why that this isn't wrapped up in the 2 episodes we have of it is because we have filler inserted into it, as 99 loves to do.
Yeah.
But this is really interesting filler, and I'm kind of glad it exists. So we start off this first episode here, focus on Killua. He's kind of just pondering. He's in a room on a ship, just thinking about his brother mainly. Probably trying to think about other things, but I'm assuming Elimi keeps interrupting his thoughts.
Yeah. Also thinking about what Wing said to him as well, though, back in Heaven's Arena.
Mm-hmm. So showing that's definitely made an impact on him. Which, showing the fruits of that scene, I guess, that they added. We're kind of getting a continuation to that. So it's making more sense why they put that scene there. Because the payoff is here in this episode. I think it's this episode at least.
Yeah. You get one singular dub on that Heaven's Arena 99.
Yeah, good job, I guess, kind of. So, Killua goes up to the deck, and we're introduced to this amazing character who I love dearly now, this ship captain, who is such a nice guy. I don't know where he came from, where they met this guy, but they love each other, man. I think they would die for this man. They love him so dearly, and he would die for them.
Man, where's going? Where he always is.
Yeah, where's going? Yeah, where he always is. Implying that these guys have known each other for years. They go way back.
Yeah, this little voyage back to home has been quite fruitful for them, evidently.
Yeah. So Gon is up on the sail, which is interesting. I mean, if that's where you like to hang out, go for it, bro.
Upside down.
If you can do it. Yeah, upside down. No fear.
Although we do get a nice shot of the island, an upside down perspective, though. I really like that detail.
Yeah, it looked really cool. So they call, or the captain calls them down to help with, I don't know, what lower the sails. I think he wanted them to do something like that.
Something like that.
Who cares? Then cut to the island. They have touched down, and they're breathing in the fresh air of of Whale Island, and they keep breathing, and they like hold their breath at the same time, and they just kind of start laughing at each other. Cute little
things.
scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then the bro of all time throws them down 2 apples and is like, "Hey man, thanks for the good times on the ride."
It really made an impact on this man's life.
Yeah, he'll never forget them. And then they part ways. That's the end of my favorite character, unfortunately, but maybe one day we'll see him again.
One day, maybe on a new boat, perhaps.
Maybe. Hey.
Yeah.
This is the black whale's captain. We found him.
Oh. Okay, we figured it out, guys.
We figured it out.
Someone has
a long-running
to
mystery. Yeah, that's awesome. So now, Gon is explaining that you can't drive or anything. There's no way to get to his house without walking. And Keel's like, "What the fuck?" No way.
Yeah, you're a country bumpkin. Like, what is this? We have to walk everywhere.
Yeah, we gotta walk. And he's like, "Well, how do we eat? Like, what about that?" And Gon just points at the apple. Like, what the hell? Damn. All right. That's all we got. So the 2 boys make their way. They start their journey. Who knows how long that would take? Probably a while. It seems pretty far.
I mean, for reference, it was like dusk whenever they left the shipyard, and now it's seemingly like morning the next shop we go to. So
yeah,
they've been walking quite a while.
They must have. I would have to assume like less than 12 hours, but I don't know. I really don't.
Yeah, maybe I should have been on Killua's side for this then. I didn't realize how much time has passed. Most likely, that's a lot of.
They're
walking.
chill. They're Nen users, man. They got this.
True.
But they make it there, and we see that the house has like a tree growing out of it. Is any of this in the manga? I don't think, but I should have grabbed my volume. I don't recall a tree growing out of their house. And the location is also wildly different. I mean, all of Whale Island is very different in 99. At least they're consistent with that, but it's very different.
I will say I do like the design of like the tree like sprouting like in and around the house. Like I think that's just like a cool like design touch. But
yeah, it's really cool. So yeah, there's like a whole town too that Killua kind of looks around for a sec and just sees it. Yeah, I mean it's like a country town. Just people doing like yard work and living their simple lives.
Nothing he would know about.
Yeah, exactly. Then he gets to see the little reunion with Mito and Gon, and it's definitely, raising Killua's curiosity, because it's like, oh, what the hell is this? I've never experienced a familial connection like this.
Yeah, like instantly, like upon like her seeing Gon, just like, where have you been? What have you been up to? Just like this show of like care and affection, basically. And I think that confuses Killua almost.
Yeah, you can see, like, visibly see the gears in his head like turning, trying to figure out what he's looking at. Until Mito notices him and asks who he is, and Gon introduces him, and he gets all like stiff. Just like, hello.
Yeah, nice and proper. As he was
yeah. Yep. We learned that Gon mentioned him in a letter, which is sweet.
No.
So obviously Mito, being Mito, welcomes him in, just totally normally, being the sweet woman she is. Says he'll feel right at home here. And Killua just has a very awkward smile on his face. And he's still, by the way, even inside, he still has that stiff posture, which I just think is so funny.
Yeah. He's just, he's just very uncomfortable in his surroundings right now. This is like completely out of his element.
It's like 100% that feeling of like going to a friend's house when you're a kid, but like amplified by 100 because of Killua's insane circumstances of being raised.
Like, you don't know what their rules are, like, what's kind of what the expected tone of, just being in their houses, and this is basically that for Killua. But again, because of his upbringing, you can feel the tension as you just watch him being animated here. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's really well done. It's very subtle, but I love it. A lot of this episode is actually very subtle, and I like that a lot. It gets pretty blunt in your face later, but I mean,
But that's also when it's paying off at the same time, so I don't mind that as much.
Yeah, exactly. So, eventually, Mito basically tells them they smell like shit and to go take a bath. Which, fair, I'm sure they do.
When was the last time they took a bath? It was probably been months, I'm not gonna lie.
Probably, well, not surely in Heaven's Arena, but...
Are you sure? I don't know.
They had a room.
But, okay,
I would hope so.
Killua is eating, like, snacks the entire time. Do you think he's taking any breaks to go shower?
Yeah, they are kids, too. They probably don't give a shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're probably right.
No supervision. No adults around them.
Yeah,
aside
well,
from
there's
Wing,
but
but
he
like
probably didn't care either, to be honest.
Yeah.
So yeah, they have a nice bath and a cedar bath, which I don't know what the hell that is, to be honest, but I guess it's what that is.
Some kind of oils in the water. I don't know.
Yeah. They have a great time, clearly.
Yeah, very clearly.
Then we fast forward to dinner. Where Gon is wearing a turtleneck now, a sleeveless turtleneck. Interesting outfit.
It is. Also, in their like omelets or whatever, there's like little like ketchup faces of Gon and Killua.
Oh my god, that was so cute, dude. I loved that so much.
Mito's the best.
Yeah. So they're eating, chilling, and then Mito drops a bowl of red onions on the table, and Killua. Like,
or it was red peppers,
freaks.
Right?
Oh, was it red peppers?
I think it was
red peppers. Sorry, red peppers. He loses his shit. It's like she dropped a bomb on the table.
Going back to the comparison of like being a little kid visiting a friend's house. This is like them like presenting you a food you just do not like, and you just don't know how to like handle the situation.
Yep. Don't know what to do.
Killua starts picking at it. And she's like, "Oh, you should be picking at your food there. You should eat it, And he's like, "Well, I don't like red peppers."
Yeah, I'm not a big fan, he says.
Which prompts me to be like, so like you can eat them then.
Yeah, so you're not allergic. That's great. Great news. Take a bite.
And
even Gon's like, "Yeah, she's right. Try it out." It's so real. Like, this is exactly the experience. Even like the little awkwardness from like the mom figure of the house, like not be like, you can't scold the kid for being picky, but you're also like, come on, I made this. Like, just do it. It's perfect. It is so real and human how this whole scene plays out. So Killua just like stares at the fork with the red peppers on it for a second, and he's working up the courage to put it in his mouth, and then he does. And instantly just like starts drooling all over the place.
Like a waterfall. Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, "Mom, get the towel."
Yeah, he's like dead from a red pepper bite.
That was amazing. Yeah, he's dead. So unfortunately that's the end.
Yeah. Feels bad.
So the boys are telling Mito about their experience. Well, it's kind of just Gon talking right now. Killua is not comfortable yet, but Gon's talking about their experience at the hunter exam, and Mito's doing the equivalent of like just kind of respectfully listening. You know the vibe.
Yeah.
When you don't really care about what somebody's saying, but you're lending an ear.
Mm-hmm. Letting go and be happy about what he experienced.
Yeah. Until Gon pulls out the hunter license to show Mito, and she's like, "Oh wow, let me check that shit out." And she tries to break it in half,
like instinctively almost. Jeez, I don't know what kind of trauma Jing gave you, but goddamn.
I was only joking. And then later they're both like, "I really don't think she was joking." Gotta love Mito.
Yeah, absolutely.
So then we go to the boys exploring the woods, because Gon wants to show Killua Kon, who, by the way, I did not acknowledge this in episode 1, or maybe I did. I don't remember actually, but Kon is called Konta in 99 for some bizarre reason that I could not possibly explain, but
he's Cone.
It's Cone. I'm not calling him Konta, guys.
No,
I'm sorry. I don't care what the subtitles say. He is not Konta. I don't know why the fuck they call him that, but whatever.
Yeah.
So he's just kind of explaining like what fox bears are, and like how they they get territorial about their cubs, yada yada, the same stuff he experienced as a kid.
Interact with humans, they might lose respect for the other cubs and like the pack, so like that's why Cone's not really around right now, obviously.
Yeah, can't lose street cred.
No, not at all.
So they go fishing, I think. They don't really show the fishing happening, but they do get fish.
Oh no! This is they were going near the lake, and that's where they were having a discussion, because that's where Cone and Gon used to interact a lot, and Killua found fish on the ground, and is basically implied.
Oh, he found them. Okay.
He found the fish on the ground, and it's implied that Cone may have left that as a welcome back gift.
Little gift. Oh, so sweet. Yeah. That's right. So yeah, that's their first outing here. There will be more, but they head back for the night and enjoy a sound slumber.
More dinner. Killua is eating greens now, so we're improving here.
Yeah. And around here, okay, yeah. So after the eye catch is when we get our first look at Cone in the modern times.
By the way.
Oh yeah, black screen, very eye catching. Yeah, love it. We see Cone and his cub being all cute as Cone is reflecting on his time with Gon.
And this is where I was like, wait, I don't remember seeing any of this before.
Yeah, and I love it. I really do. Yeah. I love this stuff.
Also, that cub of Cone's is ridiculously cute.
Oh my god, it's so cute.
I would do anything to protect it.
Me too. But then we see poachers come on to shore. Uh-oh.
And Cone's immediately aware that they're there too.
Oh,
as soon as they start unpacking.
Yeah, he's ready. Then we see the boys on the roof setting up internet, which I love.
They know how to do that?
This is something I love to see, because it's one of those things where I always wonder, like, how the hell does this island even have Wi-Fi? Like, Mito really just had Wi-Fi ready to go for all this shit?
Yeah, like, how does the island have Wi-Fi? And also, how do they just immediately know what to do to set this all up in the first place?
Yeah, that's the funny part about this scene addition. But I do like that we get to see them do it, like, because it at least... It shows the 99 team acknowledge the fact that it's wild that there's internet access on this island. So we at least have to show how they got it. But I honestly think it might have been better to just leave it as it was and just not explain it. But
it doesn't matter either way. But like, this is funny at least to see. So like, it's fine. It's fine in my book.
12-year-old kids setting up fucking Wi-Fi in their parents' house.
Yeah, they're hunters. They knew how to do that.
Yeah, they just know that shit.
Yeah.
So we then see Killua in like a bar. It's like the bar attached to the house that they run. Where he sees a picture of Jing. He's like, oh, so that's Gon's dad, huh?
Yeah. Looks kind of like a bum.
Yeah, he sure is. Then we see Mito. Well, we also see Mito's mom looking at Killua, which, not a super important scene, but it happens. We see Mito at a grave. Interesting. And a lot of and thens, but that's how this works. And then we see Killua in a cot, sleeping, which he doesn't remember falling asleep there. And he wakes up to see Gon getting a haircut right outside the window.
There's a lot of like sudden shifts in scenery happening in this episode.
This is whenever I tell people stories, this is how I do it, and I always fuck up. Like and then.
Yeah.
So yeah, he sees Gon getting a haircut. He's like, oh, my hair is getting kind of long, and then it looks exactly the same as it did before. So that's awesome.
I was gonna make that
cool
comment.
Scene.
Yeah, like nice haircut, Gon. Nothing changed.
Yeah. Good job, man. I'm sure it'll look different in a couple months too. So she's like, Mito's like, oh, why don't I give you a haircut too? It's like, all right, hell yeah. And she just kind of comments on like how his hair's nice. It's not
Nice and
thick
soft.
and wiry. Yeah, very soft.
Also, his hair looks exactly the same after this.
Yep,
too.
looks exactly the same. But Killua enjoys the fact that he's getting a haircut. He thinks it's nice.
Yeah, it's just a nice and caring thing for her to do for him, you know?
Yeah.
Not something he's felt really much at all.
Yeah. So then the boys head off into the woods again, and we get to one of my favorite scenes in all of Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, this is a good one.
The boys are sitting at the edge of a lake at the campfire. Right now they're laying down, and they're just talking about their time together so far and what they're going to do next.
Mm-hmm.
Where Gon says after Yorknew, he's going to really buckle down and he's going to find Jing. And Killua wonders what he should do, as has been the problem lately with him. He doesn't really know what his purpose is.
Mm-hmm.
And Gon's just like, well, I mean, why don't you just stay with me? He's like, well, yeah, I mean, that's not really what I'm talking about. Like, you have a goal, Gon. You have a very clear goal that you want to achieve, but I got nothing. I don't know what I want. I'm just kind of following you around.
Yeah. He has things that he doesn't want to do, but he doesn't know what he wants to do in place of those things, you know?
Right. Yeah. Just kind of killing time. So he ends up saying that he envies Gon because of this. It's clear to see why. You know, goal-driven people are definitely easy to be jealous about. I know that for sure. It can be very frustrating to not have a set goal in life.
Absolutely. Now, I'm in the same boat a lot of the times too. But then, you know, as Gon kind of points out to Killua here, which is a part of this conversation I really like as well, where he's like, well, it's all about perspective at the end of the day. Like, you're envious of of how, you know, I was, you know, born and raised here and had all these different things. But like at the same time, like there wasn't a whole lot of other kids, you know, around the area when you know, when Gon was growing up. You know, so Killua is basically the first friend he's really had in that, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, there is plenty of experiences he lost out over as well. So it's all a matter of perspective at the end of the day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So sweet. I love it. And, you know, eventually Killua kind of returns the favor with that statement and says that you're my first friend ever.
Aww.
So sweet. And they both end up admitting that they love spending time with each other, even though Killua kind of just says it with like a yeah, sure, I guess. But, you know, it's not really said that way, but that is what the subtitle says. I feel like the idea is that it's more of just like a casual, like, of course I do, is how I choose to read that, instead of just like a dismissive, I guess.
I also just kind of read as Killua being a little bit just uncomfortable with having these kind of like intimate talks as well. So
yeah,
you know.
True.
But this leads into Gon kind of proposing the idea that let's just stay together, you know? Like I will, you know, we like hanging out with each other, obviously. Like I'll search for my dad, and you know, while you're hanging around with me, you can find out what you want to do, and it's a win-win for both of us.
And we get flashes to all kinds of scenes with the two of them just doing stuff together. And Killua says, that doesn't sound bad.
Aw.
Hell yeah, it's so sweet. And Killua just says, yeah, all right, sounds good. Let's just do it. You search for your dad, I'll figure out what I want to do. Right on. And then, I guess just some gear turns in Killua's head where he's like, wait a second.
Yeah, wait a minute. Something's not right here.
Yeah. You never told me about your mom. And Gon, you know, it gets a little, I want to say actually not really bothered at all. He's just normal, but a little more somber, I guess. But not
he's
really.
Just like,
it's
oh,
not.
like she died.
Yeah, she died. She died. I was told she was always sickly. Perhaps. And he says that Mito raised her as if she was my mom, so that's the only mom I need. That's all I got.
Only parental figure he knew for the longest time until he met Kaige, which is basically what he says to Killua here as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And he says that he knows Mito hid the truth about his dad because she wanted to avoid talking about him. Because, I mean, yeah, That
Classic.
was pretty apparent.
Yeah.
Kilo says, you probably would have become a hunter anyway, though. Which is an interesting line. And he starts talking about how there's you're connected by you're connected to people by fate. There's like an invisible bond. So like no matter what, you were probably always destined to go on the same path. But Gon kind of says that, well, what if I'm connected to or sorry, no. What if Aunt Mito and his mom were connected like that? So it's kind of like Mito's. It's kind of inherited will from One Piece. It's like the same kind of thing.
Kind of, yeah. It's when you think about it,
in a weirder way.
Yeah, little not so in your face way, I guess. But
yeah.
The idea was proposed here, essentially.
Right. So yeah, gist of it, Mito's the only mom I'll ever know. When he tries to imagine his mom, it's just her. And that's when we see that Mito is listening in on the conversation behind the tree.
Aw, love it.
Yeah.
Although she did hear the nagging comment, though, so, maybe.
Who cares at that point?
True.
Yeah, let me see her walk off. Don't get to see a facial expression or anything. But you can probably imagine it.
Now we get back to the filler.
Yes. So, poachers, guys. Poachers are here. And
they hear a gunshot.
Yes. So, they all go running. They Naruto jump from tree to tree to get there. And we see that Kon is chained up to a tree, and his cub he's been shot.
Twice.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
So,
I was fuming watching this.
Fuck these guys. Straight to hell.
And
thankfully the boys swoop in and save the day, though.
Right before they were about to shoot Koda, too. They were like, I'll show some compassion. You can die first. Fuckers. Hate them.
Yeah. So they start to untangle or, unchain Kon, and then they see that the cub, they notice the cub, or Killua does specifically, and they start running back to the house, and Killua just keeps saying, like, man, there's no point. Just don't bother. Like, we cannot make it in time. There's no way. So already seeing this, that mindset that Killua has in regards to life and death.
Yeah, because going the entire time is like, no, like, I'm going to save him. Like, I'm not letting Koda's son die,
Yeah. So we get back to the house, and the two are immediately arguing. Gon's already administered some first aid, like bandaged up the wound and stuff.
Still heavily breathing, though. Like, they obviously still
rough shape.
on.
And Killua is just saying, like, it's pointless. Just let me put him out of his misery. He's gonna die. It's just not gonna happen, man. He's very, very insistent on this. To the point where he tries to, like, push Gon out of the way, but then they start fighting.
He's like, I know you can't do it, so I'll do it for you. Like, Killua really thinks, like, what he's trying to do here is the right thing. Like, and it's not out of malice either, but it's kind of just all he knows, right? It's like, this thing's about to die. There's no point in letting this drag on. Let me just, like, end this here, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
This is where Mito walks into the room, though.
Yes, Mito walks in and tries to break up the fight. And Killua explains the situation in his way, like, cub's dying. I just want to put it out of its misery, as he sharpens his fingernails.
It's a really
you know what I mean
when
I say that. Yeah. And that obviously surprises Mito, seeing a kid's hand turn into like a vampire hand.
Yeah, not a normal kid, evidently.
Yeah. But still, she tries to talk some sense into him, like, just listen to yourself. How can you be so stupid trying to save a life? And then Killua pushes her to the side, but apparently cuts her hand or her arm along the way in doing so with his nails.
It looks gnarly.
It does look gnarly, yeah. Killua slowly walks up to the cub, starts to get ready with the nails, and then Mito slaps him. Yeah.
That's right. I liked how sudden it was too. Like you could tell he was right there about to end the Cub's life, and then you just hear the smack as it like zooms out to see like the tree house thing, and we come back and just that was a gigantic slap to the face from Mito.
Yeah, it sure was.
And she has a line here, like she said immediately after, that I really really liked, and just like drove the entire like point of this filler part home, basically, right? He has a life, and you don't have the right to take it away. Like,
right.
And yeah, it's like the Cub is fighting to stay alive, and you're trying to like take that away from him. Like, why?
Yeah, totally.
And this is when Killua kind of walks away, kind of just like sits down for a second, and basically just like vents out like that kind of action, just like killing things, and just just the entire thing he's trying to do. That's all he was ever taught growing up. So very clearly like a wake up call moment for him of like, like my perspective is severely fucked up at the moment. I think, he could be doing a lot better, which I found very powerful. Just like the way they kind of express this.
100%. I really love how they did this whole thing. And so Gon kind of gets him back to reality a little bit. He's trying to just be like, well, okay, so he just says he thought of a way that they can do this because of what they just learned in Heaven's Arena with Nen. Like every living thing has aura, yada yada. And that brings the light back in Killua's eyes, and he's like, you're right, we can do this. So they both go over and start infusing aura into the cub. Unnamed cub, by the way, unfortunately.
I wish he had a name. But I mean, I guess another cub isn't really one to give names to another cub, so whatever.
Yeah, true. But they do it. They heal the cub as Mito watches with interesting. I don't really know what that look on Mito's face is, honestly. It looks like sad, but I don't know. It's fine.
Concern, yeah, it was a little bit hard to read.
Yeah. But they send the cub back to Kon, and he looks back with a smile. It's so cute.
Yeah, God, I love Kota.
Kon? What are you, Kota?
Oh, Kon, because they called him Konta in the episode, and that was in my head. I'm stupid.
Interesting. Kota's from My Hero.
My bad. It's been a long day.
But then, as wow, you almost got me to say Kota.
Okay, I feel better now.
Kon is walking away. We see that Mito has bandages around her arm, and Killua apologizes for what he did. She's like, no big deal, just a scratch. And no, it really wasn't. Yeah, but
no, that was kind of a gnarly wound you had from that. But Mito's nice. It's fine, I guess.
She does take the bandage off next episode, though, I will add. So maybe it really wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah, she has like mutant healing powers or something. I don't know.
Mito has reverse curse technique.
That was a connection the entire time. The JJK.
Yeah. Then we get to end. Well, first of all, Mito hugs them and Killua smiles. It's very sweet.
Yeah, just
and then
we did it. Let's go have breakfast together.
Yeah. Then we end with the greatest moment in this whole series so far. Kon and his cub are just chilling, and he looks over and notices that his cub is channeling aura.
So, it completely blanked on me that like they basically did the exact same thing that Ring did to them in order to like get them to have Nen. So I guess this little fox bear cub has Nen capabilities.
That's
now.
a Nen user. They opened his nodes. I loved that.
It was really funny. I audibly laughed whenever it happened.
Yeah, that was great stuff.
What a nice way to end that episode too. Nice hearted way. Yeah,
great episode. Honestly, I really dug the additions to the story here.
Yeah, when 99 nails the filler that they try to add, they really they're very successful with it. And this is definitely another another one to add to that.
Yeah.
I think it explored Killua's mindset at this point in the series in a way that like is really beneficial. I think for just kind of taking a peek into his mind, just seeing how far he's come from when he was first introduced, right? And I think it was a really nice touch. And obviously seeing Cone again is just like a highlight in general, right? So getting more out of that is really fun too.
Totally. Yeah, that was great. Continuing with the Whale Island revisit, we have episode 47, Dad, Top Secret Confession.
Okay, yeah.
Right on, yeah. That's about right. Where we start the episode. I didn't even remember that it was this soon, but Mito is taking off the bandage and she's all good. It's cool.
Insane. How does she do it?
I don't know. But as she's doing this, she is she's getting ready for the day, putting on her jewelry and stuff, and she opens her jewelry drawer to see in the back is a little black box. Interesting. And she picks it up, and then we go to her mom looking outside, just watching Gon and Killua stand still in a field. There's like, basically they're like, what the hell? What are these kids doing?
Assumingly they've been doing this like every day too, so
yeah,
that's been a sight, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Mito's just like they're doing something we just can't.
Yeah, I love that line. Just completely just like whatever. We don't get it. Just forget about it.
Not wrong too. Not wrong.
Yeah. And for some reason this prompts her mom to be like, he sure has grown up. Yeah, he has, but I don't really know what about this here is making you think that. But
standing still and outside staring off into the distance. He's grown up now.
I'm gonna start doing this and see what those around me say. I'll do this on my breaks at work. I'll stand in the parking lot.
I'll get there.
Maybe then they'll be like, "Wow, he sure has grown."
Yeah.
So then we cut forward in time a little bit to the boys in the room working on a computer, getting a computer set up after their previous attempts at getting the Wi-Fi set up as well. Probably the first Wi-Fi network connection on Whale Island being set up here. They've done it.
They've done all the research. They're getting the whole shebang now.
Yeah. And then Mito is kind of looking at Gon, remembering Jing. See a little scene of her watching Jing's back.
Is this the first time we've seen Jing as a child in any kind of way?
Think so.
Interesting.
I mean, not counting the manga, obviously.
Well, yeah.
But in this, yeah. So yeah, she came in there to ask them something also. But then they kind of got sidetracked, and eventually they're like, "Oh, so what did you come in here to ask?" And she bags them up with like a tablecloth and drags them to dinner. Cool, right on.
Didn't even give them a chance to respond to you, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think they were not gonna go to dinner.
Yeah, what the hell? So. Then they're at dinner. Well, we're post dinner. They ate everything. Hell yeah, right on. Clean plate.
Yeah. They're like, well, I guess we should go back to work, right?
Yeah. And Mito, what does she even say? Oh yeah, you better call it a night and continue tomorrow. She wants them to get some rest. You need focus, to get an internet connection set up on, on Whale Island. Makes sense, yeah. And then Killua's getting back into Killua normalness.
Yeah,
it's like,
this is a very Killua line here.
Yeah. He's like, oh yeah, I get it. I mean, women past their prime age really need to be careful, right? And that pisses her off. Right. But not enough to like smack him or anything. She just kind of gets a little annoyed. This is also where... Do we learn that she's 25 here, or is that later?
That might be later, but she's like, don't make comments about my age. And then Gon is like counting up from
doing the math. But she's 25, guys. What the fuck?
That's not, that's not even. I am 25. Like, that is not old at all. What in the world?
Yeah, I'm 26. That's a year younger than me, and already being called a hag. God damn. But
So
this also put.
Yeah,
oh, go ahead.
so Mito has been watching Gon since she was like 15.
Yes, like 13, because Gon's 12.
What in the world, man?
Dude, that blew my mind. I looked up to make sure this was real information. Yeah, she's 25. I am. What the hell? That's crazy. I can't imagine viewing a 25-year-old as like a motherly figure, but I mean, that's what he had. It's it's shitty circumstances.
I get it, but then that just makes Killua's comment even funnier. Like, she's not even old, man. Like,
Yeah, bro, come on. You're like 10
past
years
her
away from
prime.
getting-
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, come on. What the hell? 25. What's your prime then?
Yeah, like 12 years old, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. So Kilo goes up to set up the room and leaving Gon and Mito to talk to each other alone. And they just kind of talk about, Kilo's an interesting kid. Yeah, he comes from an interesting family. And Mito asks how long they'll be here. He says about a month. She's like, okay, then you're going to look for Jing, right? He's like, yeah. So that's
this is where she's like,
definitely...
fine, I guess.
Yeah, here we go. Okay, I get it. I know what I gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
So she goes and gets the box, plops it on the table, and just says that Jing left this box with me. He told me to give it to you when you become a hunter. Interesting.
Yeah.
And then she says, I'll tell you everything I know about Jing. So she's just laying it all out there.
Yep. It's the right thing to do.
Yep. She knows that. And the classic line where she says, my earliest memory of Jing is his back. Always chasing after him.
Very common thing for everyone around Jing at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He loves to walk away. That's Jing's favorite thing to do. He just loves walking away.
Either physically or metaphorically.
Yep. And so we just get some general flashbacks of the two of them as children. Not a whole lot to report here. Just the two of them talking, and Jing will walk away and she'll follow. Bunch of that.
Mm-hmm.
Until they get to the part where I guess how far ahead do I want to skip here? I was thinking about just going to where he leaves to become a hunter. Is there anything you want to mention here, I guess, before I get that far?
No, but like the part of where he leaves to become a hunter is really not like, it's like 2 seconds after. It's not even that far away from this.
Oh, is it really that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, he oh my god, I'm all over the place. I'm so sorry. He's
in a tree. He's in a tree. The flashback to when he was 12 years old, basically, and he's basically saying, "Hey, like, I'm gonna go become a hunter. Like, I'm sayonara."
I'm dipping.
And she is questioning, basically, wait, why? Like, before you leave, like, what are you becoming a hunter for? And all he says is, "There's something I want."
Yes. That's where I was trying to get. Thank you, Dylan.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I got lost.
And he doesn't say anything in back after this, too. He doesn't.
No, yeah, that's it. He's just gone. Mm-hmm. Then the next time they see each other is at the funeral for Mito's sister. And so this is now us learning that the grave we were seeing before was Mito's sister, who is a character that does not exist in any capacity in the manga. And also that Jing was married to said sister, and that is Gon's mom.
Yeah.
So that's wild.
Yeah.
Very big change here. But like
It's very weird when you think about the fact that like the entire thing about Gon's mom is that like even Gon doesn't know anything about her and actively chooses to not learn anything about her. But this makes it a little weird because like presumably Gon still knows absolutely nothing about his own mom. But like that's Mito's sister and she's just withheld this information this entire time from him.
It makes it so much weirder. Yeah, cuz like you can just tell him about your sister. Like and it also kind of makes the whole like Mito's the only mom I ever had or needed thing like weirder because we don't, the assumption in the manga is like, I mean, maybe she just like left, maybe she sucks, I don't know, who cares, it doesn't matter, like his mom does not matter.
The point is that whatever happened to her, like it didn't matter, like
it didn't matter. But here she died straight up, like we know she died, and that it is also Mito's sister, like a close relative. This also changes the familial connection between Jing and Mito. They are cousins in the manga, and here they are just related through marriage because he married her sister. This is a peak example of 99. Just they gotta change stuff. They just have to. They cannot go like 2 episodes without changing something for no reason.
Yeah, it's just really bizarre. And granted, for here, it's not like it changes a ton because this like admittedly this isn't really like a big sticking plot point for most people in the series, right? Like this is something like, we talk about Gon's mom, she's like very unimportant, and then we just move on with our lives, right? So like the same thing's going to happen here with anybody that watches 99, but it's just a very weird choice to just change that. Changing it for the sake of changing it.
Yeah, it's super, super strange. I don't understand why this happened.
Yeah,
it did.
I'm not like fuming over this change or anything, because like it doesn't really change a whole lot fundamentally. I mean, I get you could make an argument that it fundamentally changes the way we kind of perceive like well, no, it doesn't even change Gon's attitude because like it's not even Gon's fault or the fault of Gon's writing in this. This makes just Mito look really strange. Which,
yeah, it does.
Maybe that's why I don't really care that much, because like we're not gonna see Mito again after this episode. But
yeah, actually, we won't see her again in this adaptation. Damn.
It's just really bizarre. That's the point we're getting across here.
Yeah, super bizarre. But anyways. Back to where we were at in the flashback. It's Mito's sister's made-up character's funeral, and Jing showed up on that specific. It's not even like he showed up for the funeral. He just happened to show up that day.
Yeah, it was coincidental.
With a kid. He's just like, here, take this thing. I don't really want it.
I don't really want it.
And that's it.
No, he didn't explain. He just dropped them off, and yeah, Mito yelled at him, and then he's just kind of walked away.
Yep, and Mito gets embarrassed because that was her mom saying all that, by the way. And yeah, that's that. So very weird, but it is what it is, I guess. So then, she just kind of keeps talking about how he was as a person, basically, just how he was selfish always, pretty much, even from a very young age. But her mom is very weirdly optimistic about it, just being like, I mean, he's probably just, there's something like only he can do. He's got some purpose in the world. He's probably awesome, actually. You know what? I kind of fucking love him. I love that he dumped his kid on us and left at the funeral of my daughter. That was just so cool of him. I kind of love him. Yeah.
Maybe it's just compassion risen with old age or something.
I guess. Yeah.
But
how old? So she must be like, I don't know, 30, right?
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah.
If we're going off
that's super old according to Killua.
Yeah, probably 30. Ancient dirtbag.
Yeah, dinosaur age.
So, her mom is asking, is there something you want to get? Calling back to the line that Jing Jing said that there's something he needs, or wants, rather. And Gon says, no, not really. No idea. He's just looking for Jing right now. And he also mentions that he and Killua decided to just travel together till he finds his goal and till Gon finds Jing. Which is what happens. Exactly that, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, that is what ends up happening. But basically, he just wants to explore and see more things. And they're like, oh, yeah, that sounds like Jing. And then they kind of bicker a little bit about the fact that Mito threw away the box a couple times, and her mom would always pick it up out of the trash.
Yeah, really bad at disposing it, apparently.
Yeah, like, she's like, if you really wanted to get rid of it, you wouldn't just put it where I can see it. And she just kind of looks on like, whatever, Mom.
Just trying to show off. I don't need him.
Yeah. And then Gon says out loud, Jing. He's like, yeah, that sounds better to me. So he's now switched from calling him Dad to just Jing.
Slowly, he's realizing how much of a bum his own father is.
Yeah, like... because now that he knows all this, he's just like, I mean, I still want to find him, but not for the same reasons.
Yeah, you're like, oh, maybe he wasn't as much of a dad as I thought he was,
Yeah. Yeah, it's more just like he wants to find him so he can talk to him, is how I see it. Like, he just wants to know about him. He's an interesting person, regardless of his fatherhood.
Mm-hmm.
So this conversation goes on for a long time. What else do they talk about here? Is there anything?
Mito makes a couple of comments about what Jing was like when he was younger. Basically, sounds exactly like Gon. Got lost a lot of times. Run to the mountains trying to keep up with Jing and get lost again. She really loved getting lost. Trying to keep.
She
up with
loved it.
Stories about how Jing would just like come back later without Mito, and the whole island would be like throwing a fit over it because you left Mito behind.
Yeah,
things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Little stories, basically.
Yeah, just talking about the dad. The dad. It's Jing. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah.
I said it was like an unknown character. Then the next morning, Gon and Killua are brushing their teeth, and Killua never stops. He just keeps brushing. He will not stop for nothing. But they're talking about the black box and what they should do with it.
Also, and he's talking while he's brushing, by the way. I want to point out how skillful that is to do, because that's impossible. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he's just locked in. He will not stop. Just talking while brushing. Gon stopped to have the conversation, but nope. Killua's built different. He's got to keep going. The grind don't stop.
Anyways, the conversation they were having was about the box, and basically just like, so, what do you... The box was left for you, so, it's your box. Mm-hmm. What do you want to do with it?
Yeah. So they head back to the room and find that the box is on the table with the computer. I guess Mito had put it there. Mm-hmm. That's the implication.
Yeah. I guess at that point Mito didn't officially give the box to him, but the implication here now is that, it's Gon's. He can do whatever he wants with it.
Yeah. Outside, Mito's doing laundry in one of her sheets. It's all white sheets, by the way. Up on the balcony, on the ground, everywhere. Just tons of white sheets. She just
no clothing in sight. Yeah.
Yes. So, I don't know what these are for, but right on. And then she goes to pick up the one that blew away, and she just kind of reminisces about her getting lost again. Her favorite activity. Yeah. And we get to see a really nice shot of them on like a cliffside and Jing reaching out to her. She's just kind of stuck in like a tree, I guess. I don't know how the hell she got
like a tree
there
on a cliff. Yeah.
What the hell was she doing?
She follows Jing to the end of the earth. I mean, Jing found a way up there, so she did too.
So funny.
But I really like that scene though, because like obviously every time Mito talks about Jing, it's always like how much of a shithead he was, basically, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You know how much trouble they get into because of him. But like it just goes to show like there's parts of that she was definitely like misremembering or just like intentionally not trying to remember, and those were the points where Jing was, you know, a compassionate human being at points, right? So
Yeah.
there are some fond memories of him locked away in her still, which I thought was sweet.
Yeah, she's just kind of mixed on him, I guess. Overall, it's you know, good memories of a shitty person.
But yes,
I think we all kind of have those.
Fantastic way of putting it.
Yeah. So now the boys are trying to get the box open. Kilo was trying to smash it, break it in half, all that shit, not working.
Gorilla strats.
Yep. And eventually they just get the idea. I'm gonna kind of blitz through this at this point because we have been going for a while. But
no worries.
we got a whole episode to go. But they get the idea to use Nen to open it, and they do. All the pieces fall on the ground, and they're like, I mean, this was just like normal metal. What the hell? But then Kilo turns it over and sees a bunch of inscriptions on it. And they're like, oh, this is just like the ones that was on the string that Wing put on my finger, which I don't think we ever actually saw in this adaptation. But
no,
you know,
never.
Whatever, I guess. Even the flashback they show of it doesn't have the markings on it.
No, even back then they were just like, yeah, it was infused with Nen. Just believe it.
Yeah, you gotta believe it. So then they look at the box. The box has a slot on it for a hunter card or hunter license. Put it in, open it up. What do we got, guys? We got a ring, a memory card, and a cassette tape.
Classic.
The ring, they notice, has the same markings as the box metal and the band. And the tape is obviously what they're going to focus on because that's what they can do something with immediately. They judge not to put the ring on because who knows what it'll do.
Yeah, don't risk it just yet, basically.
Yeah. Okay, so they put the tape in. They listen, and it's Jing. We hear Jing's voice for the first time in this series.
Sounds like
Jing.
Man like. Yeah.
Yep. And so, you know, it's the whole spiel, like 100 times asking, like, are you sure you want to hear this? You can stop now.
Are you sure you want to see me?
Yeah. Really sure? Like, I don't really want to see you, but like,
yeah. He's like, oh, you want to see me? Well, I don't. So.
Yeah.
And it's the entire spiel that you would remember it if you've seen the series before, right?
Yep. 10 years ago, he recorded this. Just, you know, come find me if you want, basically.
Yeah.
We see.
It's nice little messaging though, but like, because he's basically saying, you know, like, I couldn't face you, you know, like I kind of just abandoned you like the moment you were born, so, you know, I'm not a very good person.
Yeah, not worth seeing, but
I neglected you for selfish reasons. Hunters, you know, we are very selfish people. You know, we abandon others and their feelings for things that we want, you know. Calling back basically, you know, to when, you know, he told Mito himself, like, there's something I want, and then he just left, you know.
Yep.
Basically says, yeah, at least 10 years has passed, you know, since you're probably listening to this, and, you know, I'm somewhere out in the world. I will always be the guy I am, is the line that he says that I really like.
Classic. Yep. Yeah.
And cut away to he's somewhere. Sure. The shot is awesome, but
yeah.
Accompanying it basically says, you know, if you want to see me, come find me, basically.
Yep.
Like,
basically.
the moment if you get near me, I'm gonna run away immediately if I know you're here. But so just do your best. Come catch me.
Yeah, like you gotta really try. But yeah, he's in the shot we see him. He looks great, by the way.
Yeah.
It's probably the only time we'll see him in this adapt. Well, no, we'll see him again in Greed Island, but yeah. So we see him on top of a big thing, and then the big thing is riding another bigger thing.
Yeah, very like
so
Dark
cool.
Continent-esque. Yeah.
It is super Dark Continent like, but we know he's not actually there.
No.
I don't know where the hell he is, but he's doing some crazy shit.
Yeah, I don't know if Gon can really reach you there, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably the intent then, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, yeah, he just kind of reiterates again. I really don't want to see you, but go for it if you want.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get to the part where he's like, well, if you want to hear your mom, I do have one last recording of her.
It's the only thing we have left of her, basically.
Which is different from the manga, by the way, because it's in the manga, it's just I can tell you about her.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas here, I got a recording of her. Same thing, ultimately. Again, just 99 loves to change things.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But either way, Gon basically immediately stops the recording as soon as that's brought up.
Mm-hmm. No interest. Which, again, has this weird vibe to it now that we know it's Mito's sister. Whatever. It's just so weird.
But again, not to Gon's fault, because it's not like he has any way of knowing that, because obviously Mito's just withholding this information for some reason.
Yeah, it's so weird. But Mito's the only mom I know. You know how it goes. And then we see Mito looking pleased with her white sheets being dried, and then we end the episode.
Beautiful.
Good one. I liked it.
Yeah, I don't really. I mean, like the Mito and Gon's mom stuff is weird. We've harped on that enough, I think. But it was a fine episode. Nothing crazy. It was a lot of talking, so not a very eventful episode. If you have ADHD or something, then good luck sitting through this one. But it was fun. I liked it.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right. So then we have one more episode to talk about. This is episode 80. Not 80. What the hell? 48.
Whoa, yeah.
Not there yet. Or
alternate universe.
I think there are 80 episodes total. Maybe. I don't remember. Anyways, though, 48. Kurapika, Black Eyes, first job. Cool. So obviously we are now beginning Yorknew City, which means we have a new opening.
Oh, we do? All right. And holy shit, banger.
It's so good. I've known about this for a very long time, and I've also been obsessed with it for a very long time. It is so damn cool, dude. I love it so much.
It's very evoking of everything you know and love about Yorknew, basically, right? At the end of the day, it is a lot of just characters just flashing by on the screen, but I don't know, the vibe is just off the charts, man. It's so good.
Yeah, vibes are immaculate, and the song, which is called, by the way, let me get the full thing here. It's called Taiyo wa Yoru mo Kagayaku, or The Sun Also Shines at Night. Very cool name.
Very nice.
So yeah, it's a very atmospheric, dark, I'm sure Insert Name loves that, opening with just kind of showing all the characters in moody atmospheres. And we only see Gon, Killua, and Leorio one time in one shot. The rest of it is primarily focusing on Kurapika and Chrollo, which I love. I love that decision because, that is the protagonist and antagonist of this arc. Gon and the rest kind of take a back seat. So it's cool to see the series acknowledging that. And then the final shot of the opening is so cool. It's Skill Hunter on the ground with Kurapika's judgment chain stuck in it. Oh my god, it's so fucking cool, dude.
It's peak.
Ugh, I love that so much. So yeah, that's the opening. It's amazing. I don't have enough praise for it. It's just phenomenal. I love the song. I love the visuals. It's perfect.
Yeah. No notes.
So the episode itself, I am probably going to try to go through this one pretty quick, unfortunately, because we got comments to read, and it's already been an hour and a half. I don't know how the hell we talked about those 2 episodes for so long. We do this every week.
We said before this, too, yeah, we're not going to spend that much time on this episode, surely, and then we did, so.
Yeah, we sure did. But yeah, so Kurapika is flashing back to everything we saw last time, actually. I don't know why we're seeing this. It's the 3rd time we've seen this, technically, with them talking to the lady at the counter. But yeah, just getting us up to speed on what Kurapika's doing. He got a job with the Nostrad family, and now he's going to their mansion. Well, he's trying to get a job with them, I guess.
He's going to an interview.
Mm-hmm. So he goes up to the gate, and he starts walking in, and we get this beautiful piano music playing as he's walking in. And oh my God, I was immediately just in love with the atmosphere of this episode because of that piano. It just sounds so good. It makes it just sets the tone, it feels right.
Yeah.
To hear that. And so Kurapika goes into the room where he's going to be meeting his potential future coworkers, where he first encounters Baze, who is, the woman that has the love powers, which we'll see later. And she wants to kiss him.
Yeah.
It's a common greeting here in the city.
Very evocative scene that they had there.
Yeah.
Provocative. I don't know. Provocative was the right word there. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of cleavage in that shot.
Sure is.
Intentionally.
Kurapika politely declines.
Yeah, Baze like, I'm not from the city. Sorry.
Yes, I'm all good. She blows him a kiss anyways, though, as he walks away and passes Melody, who was the one playing the piano, which I also love that detail. It's cool. It's like you just think it's part of the soundtrack, but oh no, Melody was playing it. And all of this is unique to the manga as well. Unique to this anime. It's not in the manga. It's really cool. So Kurapika obviously recognizes Melody, and they recognize each other. It's like, oh, nice to see you again. He thought she was a hunter as well. And did she mention the eyes here yet, or is that later? Yeah. She says, I'm a little disappointed. I liked the way they were before.
Oh, yeah. She didn't directly say it. Yeah.
Yeah, but she's insinuating, and that kind of, bugs Kurapika a little bit because he's obviously trying to hide them. But she keeps playing the piano, another really nice piece. And she's just talking about his heartbeat. How it's unique. It's different to everybody else here. So the three of them head down to meet the others. We all know the boys. We got Basho, Squala, and Tochino. Oh, and also Daltsone. We'll see in a second on the screen. That's our crew right now, the bodyguards. And they're just kind of talking shit because they all know that they pin Kurapika as a rookie immediately. Squala's talking a bunch of shit, and Basho's just like, shut the hell up, man.
Although Basho still has a lot of dickhead energy to him at this point. Oh, yeah. Too. So,
he sure does.
Everyone for themselves here, obviously.
Yep. So the butler then starts playing a video on the screen, but then we cut away back to Gon and Killua, who at this point, because I don't watch these episodes on a row, I watch them days apart. Mm-hmm. When we cut back to Gon and Killua, I was like, oh my God, that's right, this is still happening. It was a total whiplash. I was so settled into Kurapika, I forgot all about this.
Yeah, no, it's very intertwined still at the early stages.
Yeah, but it's the whole thing where the tape rewinds itself through Nen, and they lose the recording of Jing completely.
Yeah,
like, just damn, he got us. Is that all that happens here, pretty much? Oh, okay. So yeah, also they start to question the memory card. We're getting to the early stages of that, where Kilo has to explain what a joy station is, because Gon has no idea what gaming is. Gamingless child.
Yeah, like even Kilo was like, "You don't know about Joy Station, man? What the hell? Like, you are just a Tarzan boy."
He sure is. So they look around to see, or Killua looks around to see if they can get a Joy Station to look at the memory card. And sure enough, they can with same-day delivery.
Wow. Right on. They have Amazon Prime there, too? That's crazy.
Amazon Prime. I really thought... I remembered Killua going to the store and buying it in the manga. I don't know if that's accurate or not. That's what I remember. I don't remember same-day shipping, but maybe it is that in the manga as well. Then we get a new eye catch, which is interesting.
I laughed out loud at this eye catch because, like, I don't. What were they going for with this? I don't know if eye catch is really the right term for this.
It's just some buildings, I guess in Yorknew.
That's presumably, we don't know.
Yeah, we don't really know. Just some buildings, and it plays the dog shit eye catch music, if you want to call it that. It's like the sounds of metal clanking, basically. I hate that shit. And that's probably all we're going to get through this whole arc, by the way, so strap in. But back to Kurapika and the gang, the new Kurapika gang, I guess. We have Daltsone on the screen explaining that you gotta test yourselves. We can't just hire anybody. We gotta make sure you're up to the task. And they hand out information or like data cards, I guess. They can look through and see all the items that we know. Light Nostrad, obviously. We only know as the Nostrad family head once. And within the list is the Scarlet Eyes, which Kurapika knew would be here, by the way, from the beginning, because the lady at the counter mentioned it. And I love that whole scene, by the way, where she says that, because I like that Kurapika doesn't actually visibly change whenever she says that. It shows like, okay, he's actually capable of like hiding his emotions and staying
to some degree.
Collected. Yeah. But I mean, he still kind of shows his whole ass by immediately taking that job, like without hesitation.
Yeah. But, well, also like as soon as Scarlet Eyes was even said, his eyes like kind of like widened for like a little second too,
just
like,
a little. So, yeah.
If you're really focusing on his body language, you could tell that that was what caught his attention. But
yeah,
he was subtle about it. Kudos there. He has the capability.
And she definitely catches on a little bit because she gives some advice. Some parting advice about like how basically it's easier to get jobs. You shouldn't go for your goal like right away. You should take smaller jobs to build up a rep or whatever, basically is what she says. It's the gist of it anyways.
No use of rushing. You'll get your opportunity someday. Don't go head first into something that you're not prepared for.
Yeah, and it's hilarious that she says that because Kurapika never even has to take another job again after this one. He's set for life by this one job.
Which, granted, there's no... I don't even think Kurapika knew that this would be like a permanent job going into it, but that's how it worked out.
It sure worked out. So in the present now, Kurapika is very visibly bothered by seeing the eyes, and Basho's being a dickhead. He's like, "Oh, you're bothered by seeing that? You don't know half of it. This guy collects severed limbs and heads and shit. Crazy man." And Kurapika's just like, "Do not talk to me."
Yeah, you could be tasked to get the corpse of something carrying the most deadly pathogen known to man. Back in my day, this one crazy client wanted me to find a newborn.
Yeah.
And Kurapika just tells him, "Shut up, man."
Do not talk to me. And he also mentions the fact that you just told Squall to shut up. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I guess I did say that." Whoops.
At least Basho is real about it. He's like, "Oh
yeah." Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, my bad. You're right."
This is why he was the first one he contacted.
Yeah. Well, also the only one that lived. Actually, he contacted the only living one still.
I forget about that detail. Admittedly.
Yeah, all these people die except Melody and Basho. Spoilers. Sorry, guys.
Spoilers. You guys will not remember the other names after this episode, anyways. Be for real.
Yeah, be for real. So, jumping ahead a little bit, the test starts. They have a 6-minute timer. Everybody's chilling. They're not really bothering with it. And Squalla...
Well, there's one guy that's kind of freaking out over it.
Squalla is like, "Guys, what the fuck are you doing? We gotta be on the move. What are you people thinking?" And Kurapika's just like, "Chill the hell out, man. It's fine."
He reduces it down to a science though, where he's like, well, 6 minutes is not too long, but it's long enough to make us question what we should be doing. So the best case is for us to do absolutely nothing until it happens.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
They want us to infight here.
Yeah, he deems that working together right now is not the best thing. We should just kind of focus on ourselves and get through this, and then we can worry about the details later. Then Basho has to take a piss, so he goes and attempts to do that. Poor guy never got the piss though, so hopefully he's all right. But because when he opens the bathroom door, he's jumped by a bunch of people with swords and gas masks, basically. Actually, no, they're not gas masks; they're just masks. So then, get a really cool sequence where Daltsone now is playing piano. It probably sounds like shit through that TV speaker, but it's happening anyways. And they are fighting these masked men with swords and guns. And then Kurapika just steps up, and there's a really cool moment of animation where he's just flailing the chain all around, catching bullets. Looks so clean.
There was like one shot, like kind of slow mode a little bit, and you could see the bullets kind of stopped within the gaps of the chain. Yeah, it looked really
so
sick.
Cool. Looks badass, dude. And he tells them all to bring it, and they all charge him as Daltsone continues to play the piano, and we fade to credits.
I love that like twice in this episode they did that thing where like, you know, the piano music is playing in the background, but it's like somebody in the episode playing the music, and like it's just a really nice like thing. I don't know.
Really cool through line, I thought. I really liked that. Yeah, really good episode. It's it's that Yorknew atmosphere building again. We already did it with the previous week's episode that we talked about, but continuing.
Yeah, they're just like from the OST to just like the way like the pacing of the episode is. It's like very like telling, like it's an entirely different approach for this arc specifically. And we're this is only the beginning. This is like baby steps that they're taking, very like obviously for it. When we get into the real meat and potatoes of Yorknew, I'm going to assume all of this will be scaled by like 10, tenfold. I can't wait to see more, but this is a very good start to the arc.
Yes. Couldn't agree more. I really, really enjoyed this episode. Probably my favorite of the batch, although I did really enjoy the first episode as well, actually. I was surprised by the filler stuff.
I think the first episode probably is my favorite of this batch, to be honest with you.
Nice.
Like, that filler really did work for me. And, admittedly, the beginning of Yorknew isn't the most, like... It's engaging to me, but, like, at the same time, knowing what's to come in Yorknew, I kind of can't help but just, like... I don't have that big of a connection to the beginning parts of Yorknew specifically, right? So on that note, the first episode of this batch worked a little bit better for me, but I still really like this one, and I think it was a very solid batch overall.
Yeah, totally. It was a pretty solid batch. The weakest episode was probably the second one, but it was still fine. I liked it. Not bad at all, really.
No, harmless for sure.
Yeah. Well, except the Mito sister thing. That was just
you can argue that's harmful, I suppose, but like ultimately, like we're not gonna be talking about Mito at all going forward, so whatever.
Yeah, I mean this. Well, actually, we will be because they haven't left Whale Island yet, so she's not done. But presumably after next week, I don't think we'll ever have to talk about her again.
Yeah.
But yeah, good batch. I enjoyed it. I had fun with it. And I am just excited for Yorknew. We're getting Yorknew all the time now after this. We're all in. Well, again, they got to leave Whale Island. But
we have a couple more steps, but we're almost there. Yeah.
It's happening concurrently, at least. We're going to be, doing both. I hope. Actually, I don't know.
I guess we don't know.
The preview for next episode looked entirely the Greed Island stuff, so maybe not. We'll see. But yeah, that's all I got to say, so... Are you ready, Dylan, to talk about what everybody else had to say?
Yeah, let's go and get into it. I'm down to see what others have to say here.
Let's do it.
All right. Okay, now it's time to read what you guys have to say about Hunter x Hunter 1999 episodes 46 through 48. Usual reminder, if you want to get in on the fun discussing any given topic week to week, it'll be 99 for the foreseeable future. Spoiler alert. Make sure you leave a comment on the YouTube community posts, as well as our call-out posts on Twitter and Bluesky. And of course, if you want to email us your thoughts, you can always do so at hunterassociationpod@gmail.com. So, kicking things off, we are starting with Bluesky and Milu Kitty. Starting saying, "Hi Dylan and Kaige, I hope you had a good week. I loved the last video with Suck War Central. Y'all are amazing." Thank you. We really enjoyed that episode. Thought it came out well. One. Yeah. And I can read this first part here from Milu Kitty. Chapter 46, or Chapter 40, Episode 46. I've seen some previous episodes in Japanese, and I'm back in the Spanish dub. We'll see. Haha. I can't imagine how the Spanish dub must be for this, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's entertaining, or I hope it's entertaining at least. The kids taking a bath. They're so chill, so cute. They were having fun in that cedar bath.
They were.
The omu rice with their faces in it, that's so sweet. Yeah, the little like ketchup faces that they had. Very cute.
Love that.
Killua not wanting the bell peppers is so funny to me, given the fact that he usually consumes poison.
Right? Yeah,
This is a more deadly kind of poison for him.
yeah, for sure.
Well, one that he's not allergic to, but we'll ignore that. Poor Killua not knowing how to appreciate life. That scene is so sad. It really is, because that's all he knows. He knows... it's more like he doesn't know how to appreciate life. It's just kind of just a thing to him, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then saving the bear cub with Nen is a decision. Having an emitting aura at the end, lol.
It's so funny. I love
Do you want to just read the rest of it, Kaige?
that. Sure.
Okay.
Episode 47. Wait, what is that? From 3-year-old to 25-year-old. Mito is only 25? Or is that a thing from the Spanish dub? Nope. She's 25. That's real.
She is a 25-year-old woman.
Yep. I didn't remember the voice of Gon's mother was on the tape. Well, it's not.
Yeah, we talked about that.
And why didn't they show the tape erasing itself after? Well, they do.
They do, just not in this episode.
Episode 48. Oh, the kisser girl is wild. In the Spanish dub, she says, "This greeting has become very trendy in Chicago." They call it instant lover. Damn, okay, Chicago.
Chicago!
What the fuck? That's awesome. I love that.
Chicago is canon in the Hunter x Hunter universe.
Yeah, Yorknew City, Chicago, Whale Island, you know, classic Hunter x Hunter spots.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It says, okay, they show the tape erasing itself now. Never mind. Cropping with the change is so kinky now. I can't unsee the first appearance. True, yeah. There is a very like sexual undertone to it.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for the comment, though, Meedle Kitty. Really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
All right, we're going into insert names comment next. So we have exited the part of the story I have strong opinions on. From here on out, 1999 is much more cohesive and complete. Still too dark, though. Can never escape the darkness in this series, I think.
Yeah.
So, if my macro meta-narrative for the exam section was that the choices they made have consequences, and for the Heaven's Arena arc, they were fucking dog shit, then my meta-narrative for this arc is that I view this arc as fully equal, but a side grade to the other adaptations. Hey, that's what I like to see. That's the most, that's the best I could ask for here.
Yeah.
It prioritizes different things, and while I enjoy those aspects, it's wholly dependent on the particularly constituent moments in comparison to the larger whole of the other options. On the new opening. This is the opening I think of when I think 1999. There are some flaws, cough, cough, lighting. It's a very dark opening.
Yeah.
For sure. But in general, it feels very much of its era, and I always love when someone owns up to its time and place. The music is very much late 90s, early 2000s droning J-rock, and I really love it. Mm-hmm. Some solid visuals that I'm sure we can unpack later. Characters doing things in front of color-shifted IRL images, and Slimer from Ghostbusters.
Oh, I wanted to mention that. Yeah. Neon's little ghost guy really looks like Slimer.
It does. It's moody and its visual are distinct. No notes. Kind of sad it doesn't stick till the end of the anime. Dang.
Yeah, because of OVAs.
Yeah. Which is fair enough, but yeah, kind of sad too.
Yeah.
I don't have too much to say about the first 2 episodes of this batch. Whale Island is a visually distinct and varied locale that I really enjoy. It feels like a great mix of humans living with nature that enforces Gon's natural affinity. Though they didn't highlight as much in this version, it's still a nice touch. It also has a great deal of pathos between the Gon and Killua stuff and Gon and Mito relationships in these episodes that are really effective. It's a good expansion on Killua's internal battle with his identity and more expansion on the complexity that drives Mito's relationship with Gon. Just a lot of relaxed but welcoming moments that bridge together well. Absolutely, and that's what I loved about that first episode of this batch. It was just good vibes all around until the cub getting shot stuff, but that was intentionally tense.
Mm-hmm.
Some aspects of it are a bit strange, namely the whole Fox Bear narrative. Oh, you find it strange. Interesting. Okay. The inclusion of force healing was an interesting choice and one that does rub me the wrong way, as that's certainly not a generic aspect of the Ned system, as it is a defined ability with an enhancement. And we even see a specific Hotsu with this ability in Heal Chain.
Yeah, I see it more like they gave it Nen to give it the capability of healing itself is kind of what happened. Maybe that doesn't make any damn sense, but that's how I chose to rationalize it because I mean they don't have a Nen healing ability, but
and also what kind of like entered my mind for that is like it's a very tiny creature that they're infusing like a decent amount of Nen into. So maybe like obviously it's not like a whole like healing ability that they have, but maybe just like the amount of Nen that they did pour into this tiny little fox cub was enough to like holistically get it going again at the same time too. There's a couple of ways you can read it. I think that it makes a little bit of sense, I guess, but like I definitely agree. It is a little bit of stretching what Nen actually does as like at a base level. I can agree to that, but I'm willing to look past it for the narrative part of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too.
I do think it's interesting they knew enough to know that doing this would certainly awaken the cub to Nen, which I, for one, welcome our new Nen-wielding Foxbear overlords with welcome arms. Yes. Great bit.
It's amazing.
Yeah. That section does return my old friend, the 1999 Darkness, and they even changed the color of the Foxbear's fur from brown to black specifically to fuck with the visibility of those scenes.
True.
We also get a return of the balloon person sound effects at the start of episode 46 with Killua, so I guess he is related to Ilumi.
True.
One line that bugs me is Killua says Whale Island is half as big as their estate. They walk till noon the next day.
Yeah. What the fuck?
They have a very large estate, the Zoldycks do, so maybe it is just that big. I don't know.
I do believe that is the case in the manga version of Whale Island, but I don't buy it for 99. That shit's big.
Yeah. Gon says it will take until noon tomorrow to walk to his home. They're not running, so this isn't inherently over 26 miles, since Gon ran a 2-hour marathon. But it's gotta be damn close at walking speed. That line makes no sense. Gon didn't have to walk for days to get to the central estate.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, now that I'm thinking about it, when they actually entered the estate, they really did not take them that long at all to get far into it.
It's not that big.
Huh. Much to think about there.
Yeah, I'm sure the writing team put a lot of thought into that, too.
Lots of thought, lots of care and effort.
Yeah. Okay, episode 48. I wish they just reused the scene of Kurapika and the Sengi Guild instead of using the dialogue over static sepia images. I'm a big fan that they showed him putting on his contacts. It's a nice touch and visually explains later events. In general, the moment he hits the castle is great. The vibe of the castle is immaculate. I mean, they clearly have hired competent directors as they keep Baze's chest perfectly in the center of the screen for as long as possible.
They sure
The animators finally understand cinema. Also, the lighting is very good in there. We didn't talk about that, but it's actually bright.
Yeah, it's actually like visible. Crazy.
Yeah. Her design is peak here and better than in 2011. Sure.
Yeah, for two very obvious reasons, right?
Yeah. But in all seriousness, they have finally learned to slow things down and let you sink into the scenery. Portions like Kurapika entering through the hallway genuinely anger me because it's proof positive that they know that doing a slow build up to scenes can be important. If they had been consistently bad, I could have complained, but at least it doesn't feel like they deliberately neglected the Heavens Arena. That said, I'll take what I can get. One thing I love in this episode is the diegetic use of piano. Yes, me too. It adds a beautiful sound to accompany the action and just elevate the scenes. Everyone is on point here. I especially love the quick glimpse of neon. It's not necessary, but it provides a little intrigue and a clue for later. It generally looks great to the casual use of perspective directing your attention as they talk to the dynamic flip of Basho as he dodges the equally fluid 11 black children attacking him. But the shining moment is how fluid and cool Kurapika's chains look in motion here. Yes, totally.
Coolest scene in the episode, for sure.
Yes. One minor thing, though, is that is what the ever-living fuck is going on with Daltoni's hands during the TV explanation. The shadows are all fucked. I did not notice at all. I'll be honest.
I'll have to rewatch that to see what you're talking about. I'm going to be so for real.
I also, it's funny because you say card scene if you forget for this next line, because I actually have no idea what you're talking about, even if you said that. You say also dozo, 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 dozo. What? What am I forgetting?
I'm trying
really like a sound
hard
effect?
to remember. No, nothing's coming to mind. Sorry.
I'm sorry, insert name.
I
don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, sorry. I'm sure we'll probably look really stupid and with egg on our face once you explain that inevitably in the comments section of the next of this episode.
Yeah.
But
yep. The door is shielded by Nen. Who did that? Is that a normal process you can do? Yeah, that's true. Why is that not used more often?
That's a really good point, actually. Wait.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Maybe they have another guy whose ability is to block doors.
Strong enough that like not all of them working together would be able to get through in 6 minutes.
They're like, there's just no way. Even all of us together, we can't do it. I also love how they just believed Basho on that too.
Yeah, he just kind of, they didn't even try. He's just like, nope, it's not possible.
Yeah, okay. We can't do it, guys. Sorry. All right. One thing to point out is notice the female/feminine coded characters were introduced separately from the male hunters. More fuel for Secret Girl Kurapika in 1999. Yeah, that is true. All the girls kind of entered together.
Huh. But like yeah, I don't know. That's just weird. Yeah, I mean, there is like subtle evidence for that. Like you could like persuade me into thinking, oh, maybe that was a possibility. That's just one of those things.
Prior to next week, I'm going to use this moment to clarify why I hate Basho's Nen ability. Wow, you somehow you already knew we were going to start talking about 99 every week. That's impressive.
Whoa. Yeah, what the fuck?
That's kind of crazy.
Wow. For the others, we'll explain that shortly. But,
yeah, insert name like hacked into our minds, I guess.
That's kind of wild. We only just talked about this before recording this.
Wow. Basho's Nen ability just doesn't fit Hunter x Hunter. Well, he hasn't even used it yet, but alright, I guess we can talk about it. Soft reality manipulation is a far too expansive a function to be done at such a low cost. I mean, Kurapika is mocked for only picking the spiders of targets as too low a cost before he says he will stake his life on it. Yeah. You're telling me warping reality onto or only has the cost of making a good poem. And the limits and functions of it are so unclear as to what and how it can accomplish things. At its core, it's limited only by the author's whim, which is, in my opinion, antithetical to the concept of Nen, which systemizes and establishes clear rules to common shonen power tropes. Nen is cool because almost every ability, I know how they did it, what it can do, and its limits. This ability goes against it on principle. It's just such an outlier in a series with well-constructed abilities with constraints and limitations. Sure, but...
Okay, consider how hard it is to write an actual good poem.
That's what I was getting at. Yeah, I mean, it's hard. Like, that's not an easy thing to do. Especially on the fly. I mean, you'd have to... I'm surely he, like, pre-writ some that he just uses, but... I don't know.
I like the idea though that like even like Basho isn't like the best writer of all time, so like it's inherently not going to be like the super broken thing because like it is limited by Basho's mind specifically. Mm-hmm. That's kind of how I interpret like how his ability is even a thing to begin with. But I don't know. Maybe I'll be proven wrong when he does like some stupid overpowered shit on the boat in like this next chapter.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to see more from him. We've seen him use it a very minimal amount of times. So I don't know. We don't know the full scope of it even. I mean, the things he's done with it already even are like they're not that crazy. I don't know.
No. But hey, if we get more losers content in this next batch, then maybe he'll prove us wrong on that front.
Yeah, we'll see.
But This isn't a Succession War episode yet, though, so let's not dive too much into that. I don't know. Bosch's ability is fine to me. I think it's it's fine, but maybe
I don't have a problem with it really. I'm open to changing my mind, I guess, on it, but I don't really have any strong feelings about it right now.
Yeah, same.
Then he ends off by saying, "Oh, I'm really sad. The new English volume got pushed back because it sounds like we may not have it in time for the new batch, which sucks." Well, it comes out in January, so it's possible.
Yeah,
we might
I think there's still time.
We'll see what happens. Yeah,
and if not, it'll be like very shortly after. So like, not the biggest deal, you know.
Yeah, not a huge deal. I'm very excited to see the volume 49 cover reveal, though.
39, you mean? Yeah, 49. I was like, whoa, what happens there?
It's some crazy shit, I bet.
Yeah, Dark Continent.
39. Yeah, 39. I'm excited to see the cover of. Hopefully, it's not going again.
I mean, I like the 38 cover, but like, you know, let's get Succession War back on the cover. I think.
Yeah.
IMO.
Give us something.
Give us Hulkenberg.
Oh, please.
I mean, like that's probably the most fitting person.
Yeah, for the content in that volume. Yeah. It should be Hulkenberg, absolutely.
Time will tell. We'll see. We can warp back to this episode if we're proven right there.
Warp back, yeah. Let's do it.
In time, yeah. We'll like insert ourselves into this episode like retroactively.
All right, yeah, sure, I'm down.
Okay. Thank you for the comment, though, insert name. Appreciate it every single time.
Yes.
Next up, we have our comment from Magitech saying, episode 46. And we start with what's going to be the theme of this episode and the conclusion of a string of them that started all the way back in the Hunter exam, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. If there's something I love about 99, it's all the extra moments that just show Gon and Killua being kids. Hope neither of you forgot just how big Whale Island was in this version. Makes that bath all the more comfy. That bath would hit different after like a day's worth of walking, I think.
Yeah, it would. That'd be nice.
There's not much to say so far outside of the rather fluid animation and the ambience I praise so often. Extra points for the show using its OST and knowing when to just let the sounds of nature take over. Yeah, very rarely do I have complaints about the OST decisions that this show makes. And, you know, episodes like these just kind of prove that further to me. Oh, hi, Mr. Fake Hunter. Haven't seen you since Lario punched you in the face 44 episodes ago. Wait, he was there?
The same guy? Is it?
Wait, I feel like a fraud.
Because that was a poacher. Yeah, I guess. I don't know for sure, but I believe it.
I'll have to go back and watch it. Granted, give us a little bit of slack because that was like an eternity ago now. But
yeah, that was a long time ago.
If that's the same guy, that kudos.
That's crazy. That's awesome use of a character you made up.
Man, being picky with his food, napping mid-afternoon, and later on his claws. Killua is in extra cat mode this episode.
Yeah.
The scene was Gon and Killua talking while outdoors in the middle of the night has to be one of my favorites. Absolutely. Again, I love when they show Gon and Killua just being kids, and this is a special moment for that, with Gon daydreaming about the journeys and adventures they'll have.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
And yeah, in case you don't remember, and I don't blame you if you don't, it's been a long time, Gon's mom is canonically dead in this version, unlike in the manga and 2011 where she's just presumed dead, she and Mito being sisters. Was that mentioned at the beginning of the series and we just completely skipped over that?
I don't remember. I wonder if we talked about it. This is a funny thing about podcasting. Like, I don't know. You guys would know better than us, probably.
Yeah, to be honest. Actually.
I don't really remember what we said. Also, insert name. I'm surprised you didn't talk about the Mito sister thing at all.
Yeah, I would have expected discussion on that, but maybe I don't know. Maybe there just wasn't room to talk about that with whatever else you wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Elaborate in the comments if you do have thoughts on it, though. I'm curious on your thoughts.
Yeah, if you just want to actually comment on this video and tell us about it, I'm curious what you think about that.
Back to Magitech, though.
Yes.
It's funny how this is mentioned at the same time as Gon talks about Kaite and Mito lying to him. Really shows 99's tendencies to both change and preserve. Yep. It's special. For better or for worse.
They love it.
Okay, here we are at the crux of this episode. Kone's son, Kone is his name, is wounded and Killua wants to put him out of his misery. The entire episode has been leading to this moment, foreshadowed at the start with Ilumi's memory, and all those little cozy expanded moments and congeniality between Killua and Gon's family has been leading to this moment and that slap. We've seen Killua be poisoned, whipped, burned, and electrocuted, and nothing staying more than that slap.
Yep. Bars. Nice, well said.
That was a very good sentence, actually, yeah.
Yes.
Whoa. Yeah, none of those other things really affected him that much, but that slap, it woke him up. At the start, I said this was the conclusion to a string of episodes revolved around Killua's nature. First, on the Hunter's exam, with Anita confronting him about the death of his father, and even though in the end he was innocent, he was never denied it, because in the end it's a family matter. Him being innocent was more a matter of chance than choice. Second was on Heaven's Arena, with him having doubts about his nature, and Master Wing telling him that he's free to choose his own path. He is him, and he should not try to be like anyone else, not Gon, and especially not Ilumi. And finally, here, where he's confronted by his indoctrination of his family as a killing tool, and takes a step to move beyond that. With him and Gon using Hatsu to open Kon's nodes, I'm assuming is what you're referring to by Shoko points, by small concentrated bursts instead of one solid attack to help him heal. All ends well, and Killua gets a motherly hug that left him stunned.
Yeah, it was really just like an arc of 99's own creation through and through. I didn't really consider about the Anita episode being part of that, but yeah, I guess it kind of was.
Yeah. Very nice.
Now, one may ask, what's the point of all this filler? And my answer would be to enjoy life's little distractions. Wow, look at that.
Wow.
I agree, though.
Yeah.
Also, Kone's son can use Nen now. Future floor master right there. Oh, totally. Hopefully Benjamin doesn't find out about him, though.
Yeah, let's not get Benjamin anywhere
He'd get a little excited about that.
Yeah.
Episode 46. It's all good. Just two kids practicing their supernatural godlike powers. Nothing to see here. Yeah, they've grown so much.
Yeah, they've grown so much.
So this is the big backstory episode, also where we explore another change. Like I said on the past episode, in this version, Gon's mom is Mito's sister. She and Jing are not related, and her being dead is confirmed. Yep. Why did they change this? I don't know. Why did they change the part of Mito fighting Jing in court for Gon's custody? These things just happen. I do appreciate the flashback with young Mito and Grandma, as well as them debating about Jing's intentions. I like the extra attention 99 gives to Mito. It's small, like her drinking alongside that box. And so we get to the tape. I adore how the tape plays here, from the main theme played in harmonica at the start, while Mito is doing laundry, to the more intense theme of pan flutes as Jing challenges Gon to find him. There is just a feeling of excitement and adventure when we see him on above those creatures on that huge natural landscape. Extra points for not being ashamed of Jing's dragon stick-like legs. Episode 47. Remember what I just said about huge, gorgeous natural landscapes? Forget it. We're in the city now. I thought you were going to make a joke about bays there, to be honest.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah. The opening is called Taiyo wa Yoru mo Kagayaku. And after you're done with Yorknew, may I recommend you this video by Setsu Blue with this song. It's great, but only watch it after. It has spoilers.
Oh, okay. Well, sounds good.
Yeah. And we've arrived. You'll have to remind us about that way later, by the way, because we will forget about that.
Yeah, please bring it up whenever we're allowed to watch it, I guess.
Yeah. And we're arrived at the Collector's Mansion. As always, just taking that atmosphere. Hi, Baze. Nice way to sneak your the name of your Hatsu like that. Yeah, I thought that was like a little wink and a nudge. Mm-hmm. Flute, piano, melody is just flexing at this point. True.
What can't
I would play? Too. Nothing. Something I find very funny is the nature of the Joy Station. Like, this was written back when the PS1 was still out there, but in universe is a 10-year-old console, and now that sort of retro feel has long transferred to the present. That's so true.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Wow,
And it works in its favor here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Wow. I've never thought about that, but you're so right. Yeah. That's really cool.
Funny how things work.
Yeah. Something I've been wanting to talk about since the beginning is this moment with the Sengi Guild agent. This little interaction with her and Kurapika exclusive to 99.
Well, let's get into that now. Her speech is an extension of a larger theme of Hunter x Hunter, mainly that haste makes waste, to take your time, to do things with no rush, but constantly. This speech has always resonated with me, and now knowing Togashi's mental health problems he had at the end of Yu Yu Hakusho feels all the more special. And at the bare minimum, it's just this little moment of someone trying to offer help to someone else. There's a kindness and melancholy to it that I think sticks with you. I mean, when was the last time you thought about this lady? It's been a while.
Never.
Yeah. Well, last time we saw her on the screen,
Well,
I guess.
yeah, last week, I guess. Or whatever that was. 2 weeks ago, yeah.
But before that, I couldn't tell you. So, yeah. Proving your point there.
Mm-hmm.
And now we see another small change. Instead of an immediate assault, we get 6 minutes. We get a 6-minute montage to prepare for whatever is coming, and I love this change. Or 6 minutes vantage. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's a word.
Sorry, it's been a long day. I said this like 3 different times now. Again, it's that unorthodox approach that feels so Hunter x Hunter, a mind game made to test the nerves and how they react against an incoming assault with no info in its nature. And they spent it talking about who will go after what so they don't step on each other, and the fact that the only ones that have a problem with this are the moles is just cherry on top. It's perfect. And Delzone decided to give Melody a round for her money. And speaking of flexing Kurapika and the animators, my god, yep, peak. Next time, we get to Yorknew and the, I forget how to say this,
Genye Ryodon.
Genye Ryodon, something like that, yeah. Yeah,
Yes,
next
sir.
time for sure.
The auction.
Yeah, thank you for the comment. I really appreciate that, Matchtech.
Yes, thank you so much, as always. Also, very good use of space. You got a lot out of the limitations we set.
Proud of you guys. Proud of you.
Yeah. All right. Next up is from Fillard Millmore. It's nice to have you around for all these right now, by the way. Thanks for commenting.
Thank you.
Request about comment length heard. It's long again, but I tried. Well, thank you. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, my thoughts are messier and less specific than I typically prefer. In all honesty, I don't like this adaptation's Whale Island interlude very much, but it's hard to place why, and I'm sure many people do quite like it. I can see why you wouldn't, but I'll hear you out, yeah. I think this batch highlights for me the small but cumulative issues I have with Gon and Killua in this adaptation. I feel that way, especially in regard to Killua, but the reason that Killua doesn't work as well for me is tied to Gon's characterization. I feel a sense of dissonance with the character and some of the scenes that, by all surface level metrics, shouldn't manifest. An example of a scene that didn't quite hit for me as I prefer was the stargazing conversation. I felt I got a lot less of Killua's emotions, the G and K dynamic, and Gon's radiant effect, as Ilumi put it. When looking at the scene, it's hard to place why this was my experience, given all the elements here are there, but I think it may come down to directional choices rather than the content itself. By this, I mean choice of music, how it scores, the conversation, shot choices, and pacing. I've noticed that on occasion, I find 99 pacing kind of jarring, like the Zushi kidnapping scene from the previous batch. Yeah.
Yeah.
In 99, the entire scene is only 20 seconds compared to 36 seconds in 2011. I felt the difference in the allotted time, as it affected how much the scene was able to engage me and feel coherent. To be clear, I only feel this in select instances. Also, sometimes the pacing is just fine. But I disagree with the tonal approach, like the scene where Gon and Killua are listening to Jing's tape. Beyond directional choices, I'm just not big on the filler stuff 99 likes to add to Killua's character. As sweet as I do find a lot of it in isolation, like when Mito assumes the role of mother, it's when I look at it more broadly that I feel it's messier and somewhat ill-fitting. finally, I think Gon has been said. Finally, I think that Gon, as has been said countless times, is devalued in this adaptation. Totally, I do agree with that. That has a side effect on Killua, as if Gon's magnetic traits and exceptional nature are tempered. It's harder for me to see what it is that Killua is drawn to. Sorry if that is unfair to 99 Gon, but I just feel as though the specific dynamic of their friendship and the setup for the future is better established in the manga in 2011. That's because those things both know the future. 99 didn't really know much of anything because it was so close to the manga.
Yeah, so we got to keep that in mind whenever we're discussing like fundamental like establishments of these like dynamics, especially these character dynamics, because I don't think 99 knew quite where Gon and Killua's friendship was really gonna go later into the series, especially towards the end of Chimera Ant, right? So it's I would argue it's a little bit unfair to be harsh on that specifically, but I do see your point and I do hear it.
Totally. Secondly, and this perhaps gets more into personal interpretation territory, I think that in giving Killua these frequent moments of very transparent outward emotional expression, it changes the dynamic. Okay. I see miscommunication as a key component of the Gon and Killua dynamic, and something necessary in influencing how the story progresses later on. Sorry, that was a sentence. I said that with the wrong cadence. So much of what Killua feels is expressed internally, and he very rarely expresses emotional distress outwardly towards Gon, or to Gon. The only instance I can think of is when they're being held captive by Nobunaga. Even then, Killua doesn't explain the source of his agitation to Gon, and the pair barely acknowledge it after they escape. Yeah. I say this all to explain why I feel as though 1999 throws off the balance of Killua's personality with the filler in a way that I don't prefer. To me, he feels comparatively emotionally transparent and somewhat incohesive with the more distressed Killua in the future arcs. As I always say, this could just be me, but I have always felt that Killua feels very different in 99. In all fairness, 99 didn't have the benefit of future arcs. Oh, hey, that's what I was saying. Yeah. Already having been written, so I don't actually take so much of an issue as I do just find that I have a different preference. Okay. And that's fair.
Yeah, no, that's completely fair, especially, you elaborating that, like, it's just a preference thing at the end of the day with your knowledge of what happens later in the arcs, which is totally fair and acceptable, like, obviously. Yeah. But I guess it's just a matter of like personal interpretation as well as just like how cognizant one is over just like the greater series and its developments over the years, right?
Yeah.
But all that being said, I wouldn't say that like he feels that much more different than the Killua I already knew going into the series, right? I just maybe more fleshed out isn't like the best like phrasing to use for like what 99 is trying to do for Killua, but I think it serves it serves a different kind of showcase to his character that is obviously different from the other adaptations, and I think for that, like, it doesn't really affect it in a negative light for me, more so as it's just different. That's kind of where my mind is at with it.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in the same boat. I do like it's fun to imagine an alternate universe where this adaptation did get to like Chimera Ant, because they would run into a lot of problems with trying to keep their interpretations of the characters in line with the narrative that is supposed to be happening. But it didn't happen. Great Island is going to work perfectly fine, I think, with how they have the characters set up right now. Unless that Killua moment that we got hyped up last week is that crazy. I don't know what that's going to be.
It's been on my mind still. I'm eagerly anticipating it.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Moving on to the last part of this comment, though. Moving on from my broad complaint, I have two nitpicks. One, if it takes all night to walk from the harbor to their house, which, by the way, would make Whale Island around half the length of Massachusetts. Okay. Holy shit. Then how does Mito go to work at her shop where she presumably sells to people at the harbor? No wonder Killua fell asleep on the job. He walked all night to get there.
I didn't even think about that part.
That's a really good point, actually. Mito has insane stamina, if that's the case. Holy.
Yeah.
Every single day. Crazy. 2. I know Killua is just trying to be top G or something, but the comment about Mito's age is wild if you think about it logistically.
Yeah.
Mito says she was 3 during her first memory of Jing, but the flashback was unlikely the same memory she referred to. In the flashback, she looks about 5. Okay, well, we're kind of assuming that, I think.
Yeah, there's really no way to know that it's an anime. But
I'll hear it out for the sake of this, though. Jing looks around Gon's age and is talking about applying to be a hunter, so it can be assumed that he's around 10 years old. Sure. That'd make the age gap between Jing and Mito around 5 years. Jing is 32 in the present, so Mito'd have to be around 27. So already, Killua's comment is nonsense, and his Twitter account should be taken away. You think Killua has a Twitter account? Actually, he definitely would.
Know.
He definitely
Maybe.
would. But beyond that, it suggests that Mito was 15 when Gon was born. Jing held on to Gon for a bit before giving up custody, but Mito would still only be around 16 or 17 when she became an adoptive mother. I know it's not implausible, but it's still strange to think about. 1999 probably made the timeline a little more condensed than it was in the manga, but even so, it is interesting to think that she had to take on the burden of motherhood at such a young age. I mean, yeah, either way, she took Gon on when she was incredibly young, which is just crazy, I think.
Yeah, no matter the specific age, it was still far too young to be a mom.
Wild. Yeah. Bum-ass Jing, putting that on.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
As I anticipated / remembered, I liked the Karapika episode. I'm glad he put contacts in since I never quite got used to the blue eyes. I love the art / architecture as well as the slow pacing, as was probably hinted by my pacing complaints from before. What was her? How do you pronounce this again? Shit, I'm
Baze.
Like Baze, yeah, just Baze. Too many. I don't know what's happening with me. Baze's flirting scene is so funny. In one subtle translation, she names drops Chicago as a city where kissing is a common greeting. So someone else also got the Chicago translation.
Huh.
It's not just a Spanish dub thing.
Interesting. We didn't get that in our subs.
No.
Just the city.
The city, yeah. Funny how Chicago was the default for that, though.
Yeah.
Karapika shutting her advances down with "I do not come from that city" makes from an absurd scene out of context.
I wonder if it's the dub, like the English dub, that says it. Because there sometimes back in the day,
yeah,
a lot of Spanish dubs were based on English dubs. They were like it was like a double dub. It's possible.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was a dub thing, like it stemmed from the dub itself.
Well, I can actually check.
Yeah, go for it. Because I mean, like it would make sense too, especially if it matches like kind of like the lip syncing that like goes into dubbing a show in the first place, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, I can. Wow, the dub is fascinating. What the hell? I've never heard this before. Okay, here. No, she just says "from where I come from." So
okay.
Incorrect. But
weird translations going on in some people's
yeah. Where's the origin?
Yeah, let us know in the comments. I'm genuinely curious about where that is stemming from. To where 2 people have experienced that translation.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
Wild, yeah. But yeah, I mean, like either way, that last episode was great. I'm glad everyone is in agreement for that.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, thank you for the comment, Filler Millmore. Thank you for everybody that wrote in for this episode. I'll give the usual reminder again. If you want to get in on the fun discussing any of these given topics, make sure you keep an eye out for the YouTube community posts as well as a call-out post on Twitter and Bluesky. And of course, you can always email us your thoughts at hunterassociationpod@gmail.com.
Yes, sir. And with that, this has been the Hunter Association. Thank you so much for listening. We are available on all major podcasting platforms as well as YouTube for the video version. Be sure to follow, rate, review, and comment on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You can also follow us on Twitter at TXHXAPod, as well as Bluesky at THAPod for updates on the show and as an alternative way to submit responses to the weekly call-out posts. As always, we'll be at the same time every week talking about Hunter Hunter. Dylan, where can people find you online?
You can find me online at DJ Tengen. That's DJTENGEN. Heads up, if you go to my Twitter, it's basically all One Piece trading card game tweets, so beware for that if you're not interested at all. But aside from that, go check me out.
Yeah. And you can find me on Bluesky and YouTube at Manga Kaige. Just did a video about Demon Slayer.
It was quite good. Beware if you go into the comments section of that video, though. He kind of started a war in there, low-key.
Yeah, I got a war being fought in the comment section. So, yeah, that's all we got this week. Next week, and for most of the future weeks until the chapters are back, we have decided to focus on 99 to attempt to get at least Yorknew done, but I'm looking ahead at the days, and I don't even think we can make that happen, to be honest. But we'll try our best. We'll get as far as we possibly can in the time we have.
We want to make as much progress on it as we can, so we don't feel... we want to get through as much as we can before chapters inevitably come back within the next couple of months, presumably. And there's a lot of unknowns with that still. So, like Kaige said, we may not even finish Yorknew before, chapters do come back and we start ramping up content for the new releases. But we're going to amend our schedule as needed for that, of course, obviously. But we want to try and get it as much as we can for 99 before then. So that's the whole reason for this change. The only thing that will not be changing in accordance to this will be the character retrospectives. Mm-hmm. I think we're still planning to do that at the beginning of every month. But for all other weeks aside from that, you can assume that 99 will be the topic, batch after batch for those weeks.
Yep. So just to be abundantly clear, we are still doing character retrospectives as long as we can until chapters are back. Then that's going to be every week while they're there.
Yeah.
Because, we can't really do anything else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so once we get an actual announcement of chapters coming back, you can anticipate more content related to Succession War, obviously, leading back up to that. We just don't have a firm date yet, but we want to be prepared for when that does happen. So we're ramping up 99 as a result of that, try and get through it as much as we can. Yeah.
It also gives me more time to work on updating the my charts, my beloved charts, because I won't have to work on writing scripts for episodes because we just talk about the episodes.
Flashcards are kind of starting to become a part of the iceberg now of this channel, and it's been a little while, so I have to revive that for sure.
Yeah. So you can definitely expect an updated version of that before the chapters are out, unless we're given a very small heads up, but that's absolutely something we're going to try to get done.
Yeah.
And just general hyping up of the manga coming back in the month or whatever leading up to it coming back. So schedule tentative to change at any moment's notice, but for now we're locking in on 99, getting through as much as we can. I'm pretty sure at the very least we will get through the TV run, which ends at episode 62. But if you know, that still doesn't end Yorknew. There's still an 8-episode OVA series that ends Yorknew. So we might be kind of shit out of luck for finishing Yorknew, but we'll see what happens.
Only time will tell. Yeah.
Yeah. So that means next week we are going to be talking about Hunter x Hunter 1999, episodes 49 through 51. So, watch those episodes and get your comments in. Sorry if this also messes up anybody else's schedule with it if you were used to watching bi-weekly, but that's what we're doing. So.
It's about all we can really do at the moment, so apologies for that.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching or listening, and we will see you next week. Take it easy.
Yeah. Take care, guys.